Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wylde Beyond. We are so happy to have you here. Welcome, Raiders, who just came in from Sally Quinn Creations. She is amazing. If you don't follow her already, if you haven't checked out her Etsy to support an independent artist, you really should. And all of you who are here with a raid, if you want to do us the biggest favor in the world and just refresh your feed, that makes those views actually count for us. Make your... Yeah, exactly. My name is Ethan. I am going to be your game master for the evening, and as always, I am joined by the wonderful Wild Things. And since we had such a large raid from Sally Quinn, the odds that someone is completely new to our channel seems pretty high. So let's go around and say hello to everyone. First of all, playing... So this has been happening. Luckily, it doesn't impact the recording of the audio, but now I know how to fix it really quick. I just come over here, and then I just do this. How about now? Someone say something.
Something.
And it's fixed. So perfect timing to fix it, so let's go ahead and say hello to Devon playing Gromp, the Bugbear Bard.
Hello, Devon playing Gromp, the Bugbear Bard.
That works. I appreciate the classic theater kid response. So next up, playing Bodhi, the turtle fighter, is Lauren.
Hello and hello. Hello. Hi.
Kieren, the satyr rogue, will be played by Sarah.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you. I'm exhausted, but I'm here playing D&D because that gives me life.
And we love that you are here. We have playing the Dragonborn sorcerer, Joe.
If you want anything saucy, it'll cost you extra.
Playing Otto, the Herringon goodest boy ever. Goodest boy ranger. We have Mav.
Snacking is allowed at any point in time in your life. Never forget that. Eat your snacks.
It's almonds.
As long as your microphone is off, then yes.
I have chicken.
Fair. And last, playing the Leonin cleric, Melon, we have Morgan.
Not vampire.
And for all of you who are here, if you want to make this stream even more fun for yourself, pinned up at the top, there is a link to a bingo card for tonight's session. You can use this as a drinking game, if you want, as a hydration game, which will be my version of playing it. If you live somewhere where it's legal, make it a puffin game. Speaking of which, that's a great point for this announcement. This is an 18+ stream for language and in and out of game legal drug use. So, please keep that in mind while you are here. There will be cursing. There will be cannabis. Just be warned. Also,
There might even be cannibalism.
I mean,
Don't tempt me with a good time.
nothing in this stream is going to come close to the 18+ nature of last episode, City of the Crimson Tower, but I believe that is all. Hello, everyone joining the stream. God, it's so nice to have you here. But I think those are all of our main announcements. So with no further ado, let's roll that intro footage for episode 34 of The Wylde Beyond. Last we left the Wylde Things, The group had headed into a part of the Fields of Spring called the Shroud Wood. At first, they entered in here to take out a logging camp that had been contracted to them for a pretty penny. And after dealing with this logging camp that had been tearing down some of the primeval forest here, the group then swung around to the southern end of the Shroudwood and pushed back in looking for a particular mushroom that Kieren had been asked to retrieve by a very pretty Eladrin baker. And in the process encountered a dryad, encountered living trees, encountered a group of children, the Getaway Gang, led by Will of the Shroudwood, aptly named, where the wild things were brought into a plot to free other children who were trapped and enslaved by Granny Nightshade. In the process of this, the group found out that Will was not only a victim of Granny Nightshade's evil behavior, but at one point earlier in his life was a facilitator of it, now trying to make amends. Before heading off, the group recommended to the wild things that maybe they should investigate a unicorn who lived nearby, but in order to approach her island, they needed to dress as unicorns. And so, with Kieren first snagging one of those hummingbrella mushrooms from a collection near the tree where the Getaway Gang lived, the wild things proceeded on to the Wayward Pool, using various methods of disguise to approach. But once here, they encountered the unicorn Lamorna. And Lamorna spoke with the group, let them know that she too was a enemy of Scabatha Nightshade, but that her power had started to wane as a result of a few things. One, the loss and possible capture of her mate, whose name was, where did I write it? Eladon. Look, sometimes I have to check my notes too. The other reason for the weakening of the unicorn's power was the loss of the custom, the law that protected them prior to the Green Lord's disappearance. And you all found out that the Green Lord Oberon, has been missing ever since the War of the Seasons, a war between the Summer Court and the Winter Court. Lamorna also informed the Wild Things that in order to get to the Winter Court, to get to Yon, required something called a Leafy Stone to pass through the impenetrable magical barriers surrounding it. A lot of people, unfortunately, have been making their Leafy Stones from unicorn horns. But, Lamorna informed you all, you could also potentially make them from the horn of a creature called the Snark. And coincidentally, the Wild Things already had a contract for 500 gold to hunt and kill this thing. It was then that the group was attacked by 3 darklings, covering the island in magical darkness. A brutal battle where Lamorna was almost slain quickly broke out. But thanks to Lamorna and the quick thinking of the Wild Things, a very well-timed Wither and Bloom, the group managed to defeat Charm, the Darkling in charge, leading the other 2 to retreat. And with their retreat, so too did the darkness retreat. Lamorna thanked you all, gave Melon a particular thank you, and then let you all know you were safe here on the island, to stay as long as you need and as often as you need. And with that, she stepped back out onto the placid waters, not a ripple beneath her hoof, and disappeared. And so it was here, on this island, This small island in the middle of this beautiful fog-covered lake. The sound of life all around you. The perpetual high sun of the fields of spring coming in and alighting this islet. That we find you all. So the first question that I have for you, as Lamorna did provide this place as somewhere you could rest, are you all planning on staying here or not?
How hurt is everybody? If it's something
Not.
beyond what a short rest would be able to help.
I'm feeling pretty limber.
If you're
So,
considering
few
it out
people
of
take their
35,
blows.
maybe a 32.
Otto, show me your arm. And I hold out my hand. I want to see how many marks are left on it.
At this point, let me do some quick counting. I believe we are at the 5th. There are 5 lines still present, and the 5th is fading, is pretty faded. So out of the 7 days, you have all of 4 and a little bit of 1 remaining. This was, for those of you who were not here, a contract, a Fey contract, that Otto made with a different hag back in Downfall. And the agreement that was made with Bavlorna Blightstraw was to break a particular mirror that belonged to her sister, Scabatha Nightshade. And if that was not done in a certain amount of time, the contract would be considered broken. You probably don't want that.
I'll have more spells if we rest, if we're planning to do anything that might require them. But that's up to, and I'm going to tap Otto in the middle of his forehead with one of my claws. You. You're the one who's on a time limit, not me.
Well, hold on. Well, I don't mind us, taking a rest and anything like that. I mean, we fought pretty hard, and everyone deserves a rest, and we've got plenty of time. We did all this in like a day, less than a day, kind of feels like, so it's all right.
And Bodhi is going to clap his hand on your back, Otto, and yeah, and look around us. And he throws his arms in the air. What better way to really reconnect with oneself than in the grounding of nature's abundance? Anybody want to smoke some weed?
I mean, yeah.
And Bodhi has been saying how rest is good for your mental health, Wraught. I'm not too sure what that means, but Bodhi's kept talking about it, so
You better not be suggesting I journal.
I look over at Bodhi.
You don't have to journal. Sometimes just by taking a moment and sitting with yourself, that is a form of grounding, just like journaling. So you're doing really good, right?
I am?
Yeah. I mean, look at all this shit we've been through, man, and you're not tripping or nothing. Fuck. You're resilient as shit.
Yeah, we're really proud of you, Wraught.
Yeah, right. You've got some character development going on. They're really growing within your own skin. But,
It
you know,
sounds like a mold.
your words, not mine.
I don't think I like character development.
It's a
But either way.
sport.
So Kaigo's wandering back to the little island. All right. Either way, if we take whether or not we take a nap is a non-issue. We've got a couple options here, and again, it's gonna come down to our little horned. You still have the unicorn horn. What the hell, man? Do you want to go back to like nothing, your normal horns, or just keep that?
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know how this works at all, so I'm either it's gonna fall off or break it off again, or it just kind of does its own thing, pretty much.
Yeah, the breaking off looked really painful. I'd ask you not do that again because I heard the sound and it made me give a shiver. So please don't do it again. Either way, it's gonna come down to you. So we're gonna either go back to town, deal with stuff there, but whether or not Bavlorna is the only one that can make the stone thing that we need for transport, thanks, excuse me, type, is going to be the deciding factor. If we can find somebody else that can make it, great. Maybe there's somebody in town that can. But if she's the only one that can, we have to be ready for going in there to do all of that shit, to charm her, to save the kids, but like get her to make it before we go and break her shit and break the mirror and save your life. If someone else can do it, we've got a moment. We maybe can go fight the Snark, and then just go into her house and wreck shit and save kids because she seems like a terrible person. So I think we still need to go back to town anyways at some point and scope that out. Figure out who can make that.
They do call them hags for a reason, not saints.
I guess I'm just a little worried because I heard you say, save his life. And you're talking about Otto, right?
Yes, Otto's
And-
life because of the shit on his arm.
And you think the shit on his arm is deadly? Because I was under the assumption that it would just hurt really bad or something.
I'll go a worst case scenario at this point. Like, if I go, oh yeah, this is gonna make his hair fall out or something, then there's less urgency to it.
Well, if something makes your hair fall off, there is still should be
You
some
would
urgency.
know, wouldn't you?
Tragic. He's gonna reach out and, like, pat your cheek. Yep, you're a survivor.
Just please don't pat my bald.
I deliberately, like, lick my thumb and, like, rub it where he doesn't have hair, like you're trying to clean off a spot of dirt.
So, are we resting in town?
No, I'll probably just take a nap here, but go back to town at some point. But who wants to fight a Snark?
I do.
Yeah, I'd like to fight a Snark.
Alright, take a nap.
Good time.
Long or short is up to you guys, but then we're gonna go fight a something.
I vote long.
Yeah, at the very least, a long would be good for grounding purposes per Bodhi.
I mean, I'm good at resting no matter the duration is always something worth doing. So, regardless.
I'm also really hungry.
You can
I'm
say
just
that
gonna
again.
pull out of pocket like a bit of the pie that I had left over from the other night.
Melon, you're not allowed to bring real world food.
And that pie that
I hold on to most of it, but it's like you still get some of it.
And this is just a reminder to all. What Melon pulls out is this meat pie that grew from a plant, apparently. So it's both vegetarian and not
The
simultaneously.
Claramet's pie.
Yeah, I'm gonna scarf the rest of what I got.
There's
All right.
nowhere safer, I suppose, and we don't have to pay, 20 gold a night to stay here? Good lord, the inflation.
Okay, I'm gonna make a bed, and Gromp starts wandering around trying to find, like, things that can be used for a bed.
Absolutely. This place is very peaceful, calm, and even just being here on this islet. Because again, it's 250 feet of water between the shore of the islet and the rest of solid land. Though the fog is heavy enough that you can barely see that far. You all do feel safe here. And so I would love to know what you all are doing, during this rest if you're doing anything. If not, we can jump forward at the end of the long rest.
Hey, Melon, come here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, was Bodhi raising their hand?
No.
You're good. You all continue, and we'll jump elsewhere afterwards.
What's up?
He's going to reach back his arm and then absolutely, with as much force as I can, not necessarily as an attack, just try to open palm, slam him in the stomach to wind him a little bit, and go,
Oh.
catch me, and go off sprinting.
I drop basically whatever I have, and it's just a straight up chase.
Okay.
So there's more pie for everybody else by the way now. It's just going to be a game of cat and mouse just to, like, wear down Melon from the little bit of aggression he had left. Even after a unicorn gives him a little bit of calm, he's still a lion.
And to anybody on the outside, it looks like I'm hunting to kill.
You guys are just circling the island over and over and over, like the greyhound with the little chase rabbit.
Yep. Just a mad sprint.
All right. What about the rest of you all?
Practice then?
What was that, Bodhi?
This normal practice then?
Well, you have to exercise him somehow.
True enough.
He
Otto?
used to work at the docks. There was plenty of strength to be, used there, but not so much here.
You gotta run him. He'll sleep better anyway.
Exactly. I'm gonna go over to like the skinny end of the island, kind of by myself. Not like I'm ostracizing anybody. And I'm gonna kind of sit down in the grass and, every about minute watch the two zip by. And work on kind of perfecting my minor illusions in front of me. Just making little people who walk around, and then a chair, and then a shadow, so I have two.
Every now and then we'll duck around so we jump straight over Rotten.
Oh, yeah. As the three of you are doing your own individual things here with Wraught practicing illusion and Melon and Kieren engaging in tag, the Doppler effect is in full swing here as you just hear the as they come charging back around. So that is what the three of them are doing. And I saw Otto's hand.
Otto is really hungry still for some odd reason. And just kind of talks to the water at first. It's like, hey, Feywild, I know you're kind of based on like emotion and everything. I'm kind of hungry, so I was wondering if it'd be okay if I fished in this, like, and got something to eat, per se. That's okay.
Could you roll me a D8 really quick, Otto?
A 7?
7? Okay. As you ask this to the Feywild, as I said, there's this layer of fog that's been hanging just about up to a foot over the top surface of the water. And as you ask this, a section of the fog seems to break away and come slowly, ever so slowly, wafting towards you, separated from the rest of the fog. And as it does, it starts to change color a little bit. Pink and blue. And the closer it gets, it seems to take on more substance while still looking so much like fog and cloud, but now pink and blue and condensing on itself. And by the time it reaches you, it's just these 6 about foot tall little things of what looks like spun sugar that just comes floating your direction. And Bodhi, and definitely Otto, and everyone near Bodhi, hears out loud, "Everyone be careful! There are floating things coming towards us on the water! Be careful! They will get you! They are deceivers!"
Clark.
What?
I think they're gifts, man.
Cork, from the scabbard on your back. "I don't know, Master. This seems suspicious."
Let him find out for himself. If you keep holding his hand, he's not going to learn. And he pats his hand on Cork.
And you just hear an internal, But if you reach out, it is absolutely cotton candy. And so where your hands were still just a little wet from being near the lake, it dissolves onto your hand, but is just this thick layer of pink sugar. It's delicious.
Hey, Otto. Hey, Otto, where did you get that?
You know, I did this thing where I just asked for the Feywild for food. It gave us cotton candy.
It gave us cotton candy?
You think I'm gonna eat 6 of these? My heart would explode.
Please tell me that I can't help but envision that Melon changed course ever so slightly so that one of the cotton candy globules was right at mouth height. And so just...
100%.
Fucking love it. You're getting luck points for that.
There's only 5.
2 luck points.
What are you gonna eat? I'm just fucking with you. Here you go.
Okay, thanks. And you just asked for it? You just like said out loud, "May I have cotton candy?"
Well, no, I was very polite and just asked for, like this. Hey, Feywild, could we have more to eat? Possibly solid food and not sugary sweets? Because I need protein
Yeah, ask for savory protein.
and some vegetables of some sort.
Don't ask for vegetables. Ask for double meat and rice.
No, you need vegetables. You cramp up really, really bad.
No one needs vegetables.
Yeah,
Just so we're all clear.
Yes, you do. Vegetables are cool and they taste really great.
Objectively, really good for your body, Gromp.
See, there you go.
No, yeah,
And your
fine.
mind.
Okay, killing plants is okay. That's my stance now.
No, whoa.
We're not killing
This extremist attitude is really coming out of the field, man. I'm just saying there are people that all want destructive development, guy.
Master, you are partially plant. He may attack you.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I go running and
As he comes charging, there is literal alarm bells go off in your head, Bodhi. Just clang, clang, clang. 2 seconds. Easily fixed. And there we go.
Give a holler if we sound like robots,
Yep.
please.
It's super easy to fix. I don't know why. It only happens sometimes. Bodhi, you were saying?
He puts his arm out to kind of keep Gromp from getting too close as he goes to put his elbows up to his ears.
Hit me at him, Master. Let me at him. Hit me at him. Take me out. I'm ready.
Oh, man. Whoa. Okay, this guy's overexcited, man. You can't just be... And he kind of doubles over a little bit. You can't just be rushing me like that, man.
I'm sorry. I kind of just wanted to see what Cork would do. I felt like it was kind of like a dog and like jumping in front of the dog a bunch to make it go fucking nuts, you know.
If he hadn't been strapped to my back, I'm sure he would have murdered you delightfully. That was a lie.
You have no idea, Master.
Oh my god. He's a killer. He's
Is this
tasted
all-
blood.
This is...
In his head, or
Yes.
is this out loud?
No, those are entirely in his head.
Oh, good.
I assume everything Bodhi says is out loud and everything Cork says is telepathic.
Unless said otherwise, assume that Cork is speaking only to Bodhi. He has the capacity to speak to you all, but he's not bonded to you all.
I'm gonna wander over, seeing this little kerfuffle. Like, are we having fun, lads?
Yes. We're getting free chicken from the gods. Right, Otto?
Huh? Yeah. Maybe.
That's
It's in my
cotton
fur.
candy.
It's stuck in my fur.
The
Oh.
poultry's on its way. I think. You can. I'm sure Otto will give you some cotton candy. We had 6, now we have 5, and 4 and a
I don't like
half.
sweet things.
Well, that's why I asked for something savory from to the gods.
Bodhi, you look stressed. You got
Oh,
this
man.
one scale between your eyes that when you're stressed it pops.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That unicorn shit was a lot. I don't feel like I've ever been so hated by a stranger in all my life as those fucking people. So I do a lot. Are you okay? Oh,
Are you
and
okay?
he's gonna grab Otto's hand and just rip it from his face.
Oh, please, Otto, make me a luck check. So this is going to be 2 d20s. Let me know which is furthest from 10. As
How much fur
as
comes in.
Otto's hand
That was
was
a big
temporarily stuck to his face with all of the sugar on his hand and in the fur, and Bodhi comes over and rips the hand away. What did
I
you
don't
get?
care what it is, I'm minor illusioning him to have a big bald patch in the shape of a hand.
Well, let's see if it requires an illusion.
So, what if they're both not ones?
You have exactly the type of palm that people in the 80s warned young boys about, as is just covered in hair and sugar as you've ripped away. Like, luckily, your facial fur isn't that long as a Herringon. It's not like it's Golden Retriever or Leonin length, but there is still a buzzed down handprint, let's say.
Bodhi
The
sees
second
that.
the second this happens, Wraught screams so loud in laughter she breathes fire.
And Bodhi?
Puts his hand on his shoulder. Anyone ever tell you that you're just a unique looking guy, Otto?
Kevin McAllister's scream. That is it.
It's 100% where my brain went to.
Gromp is very calmly gonna walk over to Bodhi. Bodhi, this is rule number 1 at the carnival. If someone has cotton candy face, which is what Otto just had, you get warm water and pour it over them. That's why they have it in the first aid kits.
Okay, man. I never had that problem before. My mistake, man. I'll just dunk them next time.
Well,
I
You
hide,
have to-
I hide my face in Bodhi, like behind Bodhi's fat arm, and start hiccuping little fireballs.
Here, Bodhi, go take care of them.
And as As Otto lets out this Kevin McAllister scream that echoes across the lake, there are birds that like take wing from trees nearby as it echoes across the water. I love you guys. That is luck points for the three of you for that. See, actually, that is luck points for the four who were involved in that scene. That is 3 to Wraught, Otto, Gromp, and Bodhi. Anything else you all are doing here at the once peaceful Wayward Lake?
Have you heard of the Urukai?
He has the face.
Oh, God. He just looks at Wraught. What's that?
Nothing, never mind.
Saruman.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed. All right, everyone. And Gromp just walks over. He made himself just like 2 twigs for a pillow and goes to bed.
You all head to sleep for the evening, eventually, I assume? Unless there's anything else anyone is wishing to do before conking out for the night.
About another hour of chasing.
Okay, just to get that extra energy out.
He never catches Kai. Kai is too fast for him.
Yeah, what's your movement speed?
Rather than that, if I may, simply because of the nimbleness and all of that, Kieren, could you describe one moment where it looked like that Melon was about to catch you to all outside observers, but what do you do to evade capture in that moment?
It's probably right after the two of them jumped over Wraught for the 17th time, and Kai's foot actually sinks into the dirt a bit because now that they've been running in this circle, it's starting to get a little bit downtrodden in the same way that racetracks do. And Melon is coming right over Wraught at that point, just practically over Kai because his foot is in the dirt. And at that trajectory, it looks like Melon's about to land directly on top of Kai. But instead, Kai also drops back down to all fours and crawls backwards, back towards Wraught, so that Melon overshoots him, and then he jumps back up out of the dirt as Melon lands straight down where he thought Kai was going to be, eats dirt. Kai jumps over him and keeps going.
You fucking crab walked under me.
Holy shit, what a description. 3 luck points for that. So, eventually, do you all have watches for this evening, or do you trust in Lamorna and the Wayward Pool?
I would be shocked if anybody else put on the homemade unicorn outfit.
Well, I mean, the Darklings were able to get here.
Yeah, but they were cheating.
Well, then I just have one more narrative question. As the camera cuts to when you all have finally gone to sleep, and starts to pull out from the island, just really briefly, how do we see you all sleeping? This is a 30 by 20 foot island. There are rocks, boulders, big and small. There's a slightly more elevated section where the brazier that you lit the fire in is. The edges of this are rocky beach in style. So, what do we see?
Otto has dug a hole and burrowed into the ground like a rabbit. All you see are his ears pretty much poked out. That's about it. But he's down there, sleeping, chilling.
Don't forget about your horn.
And my horn.
I will say, Otto, that it is as you dig down, it does get a little wet down here. Not like flooded, but it is an island.
Just pack that water back up, make it flat, then right to the point where, there's water. Dump dirt back. There we go.
Patch that up, patch that up. All right, so we see Otto currently snoozing in this dug hole. Who else?
Melon's probably trying to take up as much space as he can in the biggest spot, where it's just clear enough.
Kai is curled up on top of Melon.
Wraught's curled up on top of Kai, like the top of a birthday cake. And once in a while, because she is an extremely light sleeper, she's going to look over at Otto's hole and, like, very casually prestidigitation over there to remove the hot sting of his newly naked flesh with prestidigitation.
Oh, just a
Not that he's going to know. He's
right.
asleep.
Just a little bit of like magical aloe, essentially.
Bodhi is sleepwise, is finding the most lush piece of grass that he can find, if any. And he is sucked into his shell, but he's got one leg out, and you can hear him softly snoring. Just one leg out of his shell.
And Gromp is exactly where everyone was standing. When he went to sleep, he just sat down and then went to sleep right where he was standing. But about halfway through the night, he wakes up, sees Otto's hole, crawls over, and sleeps on top of the hole as best I can. Just for protection. And hopefully oxygen doesn't get cut off.
You know there's a horn sticking out of it.
And I love it.
Oh, I didn't realize you guys were into that.
I was going to say
We've gone to that part of their relationship.
I was going to say that you leave a small... It's kind of like if you've ever as a little kid like slept under the covers and you have just like your nose sticking out so you can get some cool air style thing. You know, you just leave a little bit uncovered there, but you protect your friend. And the camera pulls away from this mist-covered island and lake. We pick up the next day. You all have already passed your way back through the Shroud Wood. Wasn't that hard. You literally pick a direction, move it long enough. And you all came in here from the southern end, you knew that. So you head back south. Because of the strange, wayward nature of Lamorna's Lake, even though you head back exactly the same direction that you came, at least you think, you don't encounter Little Oak and the Getaway Gang before you find your way out of the forest. And out of the forest, we find you now. Were you all heading anywhere in particular when you got out? Were you heading back to Vale Crossing? You have a map, and the map had been marked with 3 main locations. Vale Crossing itself, the location of the now defunct Goblin Logging Camp, and the general area where Sheriff Grimm had tracked and found more steaming samples of the Snark's presence. So where are you all heading? Out of the Shroud Wood. You'd been in here for a while. The bright sun, pretty bright after that long in here. But beautiful. Rolling fields, flower beds, large and tiny. All types of flying creatures, but never swarming you, never inconvenient, never annoying. Just always beautiful and present. Birds that take up a huge portion of the sky, and then some that are so small you confuse them for insects, but they're birds. And unfortunately, for those who aren't fans of insects. The same goes for them. Regular-sized insects, and some large enough you confuse them for birds. But is there anywhere you were heading?
So how are we supposed to find a snark if we don't know what it looks like?
That's my question.
Do we know?
No, it has a horn.
Do we know what it smells like?
Yeah, Otto.
Oh, yeah. Also, when you look at Otto, his horn, the unicorn horn is gone now and has returned back to his normal antler crown that he has. His hair is also longer.
Gromp, why do you have 6 indentations in your stomach?
These?
Oh no.
What? What was that, Otto?
Did you sleep on top of me?
For protection, yes, of course.
All right. That's okay. Well, yeah, I do know what the snark smells like, at least the aftermath of a snark. Hey, Bodhi, can you come here real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. He's going to climb on top of Bodhi, and where he put the excrement from the last time, he put it on Bodhi in the grass to keep it. So it smells like this. So with this, you can smell it and track it.
That's been there the whole time?
Let's get a good whiff of that.
I'm
Yep.
gonna hard pass on that.
It's fertile. It's good for the fungi.
It's true. That whole section has erupted with plant and fungi life.
You know, I had a little respect for you, and I just feel like it all just like,
Because of his poop back?
because of his poop back, yeah.
Well,
Gromp
you
and I are
used
going to stand over here, and you guys can talk about shit. Gromp and I are going to talk about red wine.
Big ol' sniff.
It's one of those scenes from a cartoon where your nostril just gets like 4 times the original size and is such a forceful sniff that some of Otto's hair just is lifted up by it. Yeah, you get a nice pungent snootful.
Yep. Smells like shit.
I will say that it is. You can tell that the fertilization process with you, especially being a plant person, can tell that the moss, the fertilization, and all of that has changed the original smell a little bit. But you are pretty confident that if you smelled the original again, you would probably be able to tell.
So, Gromp, are you more of a Cabernet or like a Malbec guy?
Malls. That's Malls guy, I would say. I don't drink too often the wines, but I would have to go with Malbec.
Mold.
You lying sack of shit.
No, that's what you're holding.
I can't believe the shit sniffer tried to talk to us.
We don't talk to shit sniffers.
Or poop backers.
So,
Okay, I go walking off with Wraught.
Arm in arm. Arm in arm.
Kai climbs a tree at this point to figure out where they are and how they can get back to town, or try to see if he can get the direction of the Snark's lair, because he's looking at this conversation like, I've had enough of this.
cool. No need to make a check for climbing the tree, but I would love a survival check as you grab the map of Fields of Spring, tuck it away while you climb, head up a tree, and get a satyr's eye view.
16.
16? Yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of those maps that is more artistic liberty than exactness. Yeah, that's not quite okay. But from up here, you figure you see the hill where if you keep going for a little while, you'll probably make it to Vale Crossing. And south from where you are, yeah, you get your general bearings and figure out the not precise path to Blaze, but the general directions to head for each of your options. Also, while up here, you just get a generally more expansive view of the fields of spring writ large. And you can see off in the distance, just barely, that wall of fog, that separated downfall and hither from the rest of the Feywild. The one that you traveled through via hot air balloon with Clapperclaw. But you can see that off in the distance, and you get your general bearings.
I'll climb down from the tree and try to herd people in that direction. But first of all, asking Bodhi which direction he wants to go, and making sure, doubly checking, that it's the exact opposite direction. And it correlates, it matches.
So are we going to town or are we hunting a snark?
Well, we're already out here. We'll be backtracking if we didn't already have some sort of snark horn thing.
I'm always down to kill something. It sounds like fun.
And I have a net.
Do you think the snark is big or small? What if it's the size of a house?
How big was the poop?
It was rather big. It was about the size of a dog or so.
And it's invisible. Can anybody even see invisibility?
Hey, Cork.
Yes, mate.
And he's gonna look at everyone, and then he's gonna point to his sword. Can you see stuff that other people can't see?
That
shit.
that is a difficult question because I do not know what you can see. If you tell me what you can see, I can let you know if I see something else.
That's fair. So you don't know if you can see invisibility. Do you know what? I'll ask
Considering
you
I do not have eyes, I feel like everything I am seeing is seeing invisibility.
Hey, Cork.
Why is he speaking to me?
Excuse me, Cork.
Just be polite.
Yes. What can I do for you, Gromp, friend of Bodhi?
Can you see Kai?
The sneaky one? Yes, yes, I can.
Can you see him now?
You cast invisibility. This is magic! They are deceived! They are going to trick us, Master! Where is the little goat one gone? Be careful! Master!
So you don't see him?
No.
Well,
do you see him?
No, take 5, my guy.
Okay.
It's just a trick. It's just a trick. Yeah, that's not going to be helpful. But thank you, though.
Great test, actually. That was a good idea.
Yeah, that was fucking genius, man.
You're invisible for an hour.
In that case, let's hustle.
Hey, Wraught,
Yes.
what's your monocle thing do?
The one I paid half for and I have to share with you a quarter of the time?
Yes, what does it do?
It lets me see in the dark.
Hmm.
But only out of one eye.
All right.
And apparently lets horrible people see what I'm seeing.
Well, she's dead now, so we ain't got to worry about that.
Well, her little cronies aren't. I'm going to tuck it into my little lapel pocket.
Adorable. Your little pocket watch pocket.
I put it in my bra. There's nothing else in the bra, just the monocle.
Well, you all, am I correct in understanding that you are heading the general direction that the map indicated and Kieren observed? Yes. Okay.
I think that once we hit the
Verbal
forest, we
affirmation.
should move stealthily since we are hunting.
Now, Kieren, you are invisible. Are you traveling with the rest of the group, or are you going to be leading significantly?
I'm gonna be leading significantly, checking for occasional things that may look like traps.
Got
Learned
it.
my lesson there.
I'm probably following second, helping keep on course.
You can smell me, so you can be like a good ways behind.
Yeah, by like 2 feet. That's a good ways.
Further than that,
Okay, 4.
he'll leave you in the dust.
6 feet.
How far ahead of the main group do you think you get?
Probably about 30, maybe 40 feet max.
Okay.
While we're walking, I'm going to be having a conversation with Kai. Trying to have a conversation, but Kai's also 35 feet ahead of me, but I'm just assuming that he's right next to me.
So are you having this conversation at normal speaking volume as if he were literally right next to you?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, so it's been really nice adventuring with you, and I feel like we've gotten a lot closer, and I'm glad I could, like, do cool spells on you, and, like, you roll with the punches. It's been fun. Thanks for listening.
You're welcome.
Right, I'm not talking to you.
From way up ahead. You're welcome.
One more luck point to you, Gromp, because that was incredible. So you all continue walking with Kieren blazing the trail. And after about 2.5, 3 hours here, luckily a pleasant 2.5, 3 hours. It's beautiful out. Every hill you crest just leads to more beautiful meadowland. And then, Kai, you see up ahead of you, as you come over just this small hill, only 20 feet tall, you see up ahead, maybe about 60 feet, actually, excuse me, up ahead, probably closer about 500 feet. You see these 7 canine creatures, a little bit bigger than your average dog. They don't seem to have any fur. They are strange looking. You can make me either an Arcana or Nature check are the ones that come to mind. If you can think of a skill that might serve you to identify what these creatures are, other than those, just let me know.
Would an animal handling check work better?
Animal handling is more interaction with the animals. This is more knowing about them. I'll also, if you want to forego identifying what type of creature they are and simply learn more about what's happening, you could alternatively make me a perception check.
I'd rather just see the environment around them, like what they're doing.
All right, go ahead and make me that roll. Gromp?
I just want to say, Melon is also right next to Kai, correct?
I left him in the dust.
Oh, got it.
Because of the invisibility, Kieren was leading by a pretty decent clip.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Very nice. So with a 20, from here, again, only about 500 feet, these 7 are, the way they are standing, they're standing in a rough circle, and they seem to be standing around something. It almost just looks like all you can see from here is that seems to be a hole. But they are standing around it, and you catch on the wind with a 20. This sorrowful braying.
Can anybody here talk to animals? Just like I can't remember. There's people who talk to plants. I can't remember if anybody has the animal skill. Okay then. Kai's gonna turn back around, back to the group and be like, there's a couple things up ahead. I'd rather not fight them. because if we're going to save ourselves with a snark, but if you just give me a second, I'm going to go check something out. And he's going to trot back over the hill, probably still invisible, and just quietly make his way down to the rest of the group. If it's animals, they can still sense things, but trying to be as non-threatening as possible. Just to see what they're doing.
Okay. Are you trying to... You are invisible, but are you trying to approach quietly? Or are you allowing deliberately your presence to be known?
The second one. He's not going to be he's not tromping down super loud to bother them, but he's not trying to be completely silent. Please let them know that something's coming so they don't freak out.
Got it. You get within about 100 feet, and again you see exactly as I described, but closer. These 7 canines, and now that you're closer you can see they have these tall, sharp, or ears that end in a sharp point, rather significant claws and nails on both hind and front legs. But the posture of these creatures is not an aggressive one until you get within about 100 feet, and one of them just turns its head, not even its body, the direction that you're looking, and peels its lips back from its sharp teeth in a...
And out loud, Kai's going to go, "It's okay. It's okay." I mean, instinctually raising up his hands, but you probably can't see them. And he'll make whistling noises just so they can see about where he is.
The rest of them turn, and a few of them scent the air. And the one that growled at you, "Show yourself." In Sylvan.
And in Sylvan, he'll respond back, "It's a spell cast on me, it'll wear off. Sorry, I'm invisible right now. But you can see where my feet are hitting my hooves are hitting the leaves."
The dog speaking with you looks back to the others, one of whom gives a sneeze, and then...
Oh, I can end invisibility on myself?
No, you cannot. The spellcaster can end invisibility. But as the other dog sneezes, the one that had been speaking to you, "Then you may approach, but show respect," turns back. And as you see this one turn back, one of the dogs here, off in the opposite side of you, you hadn't noticed, had been facing away from this central hole, and then turns back to the hole, a large, clean, well-gnawed upon bone in its jaws, and approaches the hole with a lowers down and releases the bone into the hole. Do you approach? They clearly hear you. As you get close enough, the two closest to you part slightly so that you can join the circle, even though they can't see you. And what you see in this small, crudely dug, clearly dug with canine feet hole on top of a reed litter, another one of these dogs, not moving. There have been several offerings from those gathered that have been left. The well-loved bone. There is a scarf. Even what looks like what was once a stuffed owl bear toy that has since had most of its stuffing pulled out. But that has also been left here on top. And as the final offering is placed, the dogs all around and in this discordant howl loose their sorrow into the sky. The rest of you hear this.
Cool
I'll
place.
telepathically reach out to Kai and go, "You have anything exciting?"
Just a funeral. If you just wait a minute.
I'll turn back to the rest of the group. I guess there's a dog funeral. So
Oh.
we should hang back.
Oh. What killed it?
What killed it, Kai?
I'll ask. Just a sec.
Let them grieve. Let them grieve.
Yeah, of course.
I think I still have a little meat pie too, just from the Baromets, and if they're good, it probably like appears out of nowhere as I take it out of my hip bag, and I'll slowly set it on the litter as well.
As you place your offering as well, after just another 10 seconds or so, the howling stops. And a few of these dogs start to disperse a little. And the one that had been speaking with you reapproaches you. Are you there?
Yes. Kai's kneeled down, so he'll be on. Are these things big, small, like... you said they're like dogs.
Great Dane.
Can I tell what they are? Are they like actual dogs, or do I have a better grasp of what they are?
They're absolutely dogs of some variety. But go ahead and make me either an Arcana or Nature check now that you're here.
To 7.
7? Dunno. But they are not a breed of normal dog that you have ever seen. Their skin is this... They're muscled, and their skin is this golden hue. Not metallic, but it is golden in coloration. And as you say that you are there, you may call me Rune. Our sister was killed while scouting. We gathered to mourn her. Thank you for paying your respects.
Of course. May I ask what killed her? We're hunting a great thing in these woods, so it would be worth knowing if there are more threats.
As you say this, lips peel back, showing those fangs again. What creature do you want?
We are trying to hunt the snark.
Then we are joined in purpose.
Excellent.
But you must be careful. The snark, as you call it, is a dangerous beast. It only... And he stops for a second. It only hunts when it is invisible.
So we have to draw it out.
Perhaps. Whatever you do, if you are hunting this beast, you must be cautious. It can burn flesh, as a dragon does.
Okay. Thank you. Can you tell us where we might be able to find it? We have a general location, but It would save us some time in the hunt.
I will show you.
And we will follow.
If you are hunting this thing, there is one more request that I may make. Our sister's pup was with her. We have had no sign of him. If he lives, return him to the pack. Please.
Yes.
His name is Odie. He is not the smartest pup. But, as I have heard Two Legs say, he is a good boy.
Of course. We will do our best. The rest of my pack is further up the hill. Would you be willing to follow me to meet them?
If they hunt Snock, they are friend. Yes, I go.
Then they are friends. And Kai will stand up and start walking back towards the rest of the group.
Then as we just see this one dog break away from the pack as the rest begin to cover up with dirt and create this makeshift burial site for their sister. As we see this one dog following the invisible Kieren up to where the rest of the wild things are awaiting, we're going to take a quick break so that people can get some water and drinks. Please don't go anywhere. It won't be too long. Let me say thank you to the anonymous gifter who gifted subs. Why are you anonymous? Let me thank you. And to those of you who have been typing for a Discord, we haven't made one yet. We'd never really had a request for one, but maybe that's a smart idea. So I'll put it on my list.
It'll be mostly gifts, It'll be mostly
they'd
gifts.
be able to take a look at our out of contexts.
Oh, yeah, we should include. That would definitely be good to include there. But that will be on the docket. But we will be back. Quick break, friends. Don't go anywhere. See you soon. And we are back. Before we get back into the session, we need to review some bingo squares. So, Morgan.
I can take care of that.
Yeah,
I can do the rundown on those.
You are very attentive to it, so please hit
For
us.
bingo cards, we have Bodhi uses drugs. Drugs are used in-game. That definitely should have been a 2-in-1. They're just combined.
I think that was
Melon eats.
intended to be out of game, like someone actually uses drugs, and so don't worry, I got you.
Oh, yeah, no, we got that. That's like our free
That should be the
space,
free
please.
space.
That's a center
Yeah.
square right there.
Melon eats. Otto cusses. There was a cuss. It was 1. But it was there.
One is all you
Yep.
need.
Kai keeps the party on track. Wraught has a heart.
That's a lie.
Nobody witnessed it, but doesn't change the fact. Natural 1 was had.
Two of them.
No 20s allowed.
Feywild doing Feywild stuff.
And with that, I got bingo.
Dick. I wasn't even close. I wasn't even close to a bingo. I have
Oh,
3.
damn it.
Everyone can get bingo in this game.
I have 2, and every way you can get it, I have 2.
Well, in a way, we're all winners here. And before we jump back into the
No,
stream,
nat 20s were not winners.
I do just have to say, because it cracked me up, for any repeat viewers of the stream who also watch City of the Crimson Tower, or repeat players in 2 instances, I didn't even process how funny it was that you encountered big, scary canine creatures in both sessions, and they are 2 very different vibes. And if you have watched the most recent City of the Crimson Tower, you know that Lauren is going through a small amount of PTSD.
A small amount.
Well, I mean, about that much, roughly, in size. Yeah. Poor Brock. Well, with that, let's go ahead and get back into this session.
Firmly rolling with disadvantage.
Kieren, Rune is following behind you. And the rest of your friends weren't that far away, because they stopped at the top of that hill, so just about 500 feet away. And as you approach, you do notice the footsteps of the dog behind you get a little bit quieter as you get closer. And as you look over your shoulder, he's slightly hunkered down, approaching.
Kai's gonna call up the hill. Hey, Gromp, can you drop the invisibility on me?
Yeah. I'm going to look down at the grass. And... You dumbass grass. You little piece of shit grass. Nobody likes you.
Whoa,
Ugly ass. As I cast Vicious Mockery.
Wait, why? On whom?
What?
They're on the grass, therefore breaking invisibility.
You can also just drop... First of all, Vicious Mockery isn't concentration, so I don't think that actually drops it. Second of all, you can just drop...
Doing this,
You can
I'll
just drop
kick
concentration.
him.
No.
I'll kick him.
No. Gromp absolutely looks down at the ground and starts talking shit. And when Gromp does, a flower grows into existence right there. It's the different stems functioning as arms, and just, hey, you got a fucking problem, buddy? I got one thing to say to you. Gives you the double birds and just rots away.
Okay, there you go, Kai. Kai?
What?
I'm still invisible, fucker.
What is he doing? Why does he speak
I have
this
no
way?
idea. Just give him a second. He's thinking.
Oh, hey, oh yeah. Okay, you're good now. Just had to think about it a little bit.
Idiot. You are an idiot.
Well, agree to disagree.
Well, Kai
I don't
appears out of nowhere, essentially. Gives a big sigh. He goes, all right, guys. We have a guide that will lead us to the Snark.
And the rest
And
of
his
you...
name is Rune.
And the rest of you see as Rune crests over the hill and takes each one of you in and then readjusts his posture, no longer hunkering down.
Seeing that it's a damn petting zoo here.
Who here speaks Sylvan? So does Cork.
Does anybody else know what this kind of animal is?
I was going to
Can we make
say,
a check?
as you all see Rune come into view and get closer, anyone can make me either a nature or an arcana check. The DC you're looking for here on nature is 17. On arcana is 15. And I saw your hand, Otto.
I was going to ask, does it count as a Fey being? Because then I get advantage.
You get
18 on arcana.
advantage just to like identify them?
Yeah,
Oh, sweet. Oh, favorite enemy. Yeah, then advantage.
sweet.
18 on arcana.
18, got it. So pass.
Dirty 20.
Very 20. Was anyone else rolling?
15.
15 on arcana or nature?
Nature.
Nature, okay.
Nature 2.
So, then, both Wraught and Otto, you identify this dog as something commonly called a blink dog. And Wraught, with your arcana check, you know that they are called that, and with a dirty 20, so do you, Otto. You know that they're called that because of their ability to teleport.
I couldn't help but notice there was a sad occurrence down below. Your kind has the ability to teleport. Wouldn't that normally keep you safe from something that hunted you?
It is not a perfect defense. Takes time to regather strength. And the Snark is a deadly hunter. I would guess by the time Spade knew it was there, it was already too late.
I apologize for your loss.
Just bows his head and almost imperceptibly soft whine as he does.
When that happens, Otto's gonna put his hand out and try to walk closer to show open hand. You know, like hey, dog, I've never met before. Just hey, okay. Like my friend here said, we are sorry for your loss, and if the Snark did take them from you, we would like help make things right.
Voice issue.
Make things right for you and the other people in this realm. If it is as dangerous as you say it is, and what we've heard, we don't know a lot about it, but if we can help take it out, then we can.
I will show you where we have seen it. I cannot risk the rest of my pack. But if you need, I will fight with you.
Rune, you said your name was?
Yes,
He's gonna look him dead in the face. How bad do you want to fuck this thing up?
His jaw, his snarl immediate, but it's partially that canine smile as he pulls his lips back.
let me taste its flesh.
However, before you taste his flesh, Rune, would you be able to find the puppy easier than we would? If we take you with us, would you be able to keep your eye out and nose out for a smell that you know?
I can do this. Yes.
I would prefer you find your puppy and bring it back to your pack and live than fight a snark and maybe die and still not be able to find Odie.
Agreed.
You all are brave, and I will hunt for Odie, but I will not let you fight our fights for us. I will fight. Now come. We must travel.
And is gone and is just about 40 feet or so down the hill, trotting away.
I'm gonna lean over to Kai. Can I have one?
Depends on if you find the puppy first. No! Oh my god, that was my outside voice.
No, you said it first. You said it first.
No! And then just like chasing off after Rune.
Master.
Anybody gonna explain what just happened there?
Oh, you can't speak.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
that's
No.
what I've been thinking that the whole time. I was just about to ask Otto because I swear, Otto, I saw you get really close to his face. You said something, and then he smiled and started laughing, and then it looked like he looked at me, and then he said something that sounded like Gromp. So
No, we're going. He's gonna go help us find the snark. Apparently, there's a puppy that's lost that we're helping to go find too. And yeah, and he's gonna help us kill the thing.
I'm sorry.
We
It's
need to
okay.
teach you two Sylvan.
I have been, but he only knows how to ask where the bathroom is and to say he doesn't know how to speak Sylvan.
That is actually true.
I mean, the bathroom is wherever
Didn't
you
you
want
also
it.
try to teach him to say that the price is too high?
I actually taught him how to say you should charge me more, but I told him that it was the price is too high, so, you know.
I high-five Kai as we chase after the blinked dog.
Sorry,
Does anybody know how to fight something that can turn invisible as we trot after the dog?
We'll figure it out.
No, we should figure it out while we go, not while we're in combat.
Maybe we lure it out. Like I said, we just got our asses handed to us with traps by children. Come on, we can dig a hole.
Only idiots fall in holes.
What if they're idiots?
I don't think it's an idiot. They wouldn't have killed a blink dog if it was an idiot.
So what does that make you if you get caught in a net and get suspended in the air?
Lazy.
Also an idiot.
I slap my
Or
face. I
unlucky.
slap Kai in the face.
after you all have been traveling, following behind Rune just for about 20-ish minutes, he stops.
We are getting close. Before we go further,
He walks over to... Rune walks over to this soft, slightly wet patch of earth, raises one of his large canine paws, and very deliberately steps into it, and presses down. And when he comes up, there's an indentation of his paw, which, as he exhales over it, shatters slightly, and the paw indentation breaks away from the earth like a piece of baked clay. Grabs it in his teeth and walks over to you in very retriever fashion, walks back over to the group, sits down, and continues to hold it in his mouth.
thank you. This
You're welcome.
is a gift from me and my pack. Use it well.
What is it?
A small bit of our magic.
This charm, or this blessing, from the Blink Dog, has 3 charges. While holding this charm, you don't need to attune to it. You can use a bonus action to expend one of its 3 charges to do one of the 3 following things. Gain understanding of Sylvan for an hour. Advantage on one perception check of your choice that you make within the next hour. Or magically teleport, along with any equipment you're wearing or carrying, up to 40 feet.
A generous gift indeed.
The best that we can do. Now, we still have a little while before we are near its lair. Come.
And you all press.
Guys, that thing's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Who's holding it? Oh, Kai, you're holding it? No. Oh, Otto's holding it.
Excellent. Out of character. Bodhi, you have Sentinel, right?
Yes.
I think that charm should go to Bodhi. Because I want Bodhi to be able to try to hit an enemy anytime he needs to with Sentinel if something is moving. But having the ability to teleport would be fantastic. Because Bodhi could chase something and keep it from moving.
And it's only a bonus action.
I can teleport using my echo already.
But that means your echo has to be there.
Well,
This just lets you teleport.
But
I mean,
Sentinel is the
pretty
bonus.
cool.
No, Sentinel's a reaction, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
So who's taking it? At least for now. It doesn't have to be attuned, which means you can swap it. But who's taking it for now?
I think Bodhi should.
I was gonna climb up on Bodhi's back, and then just. Do you mind if I just put it in the moss back here?
What is it? What?
He's gonna show it to you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it should be embraced back there.
Cool. Dig a little hole, put it in. It kind of just fits in like a talisman. Just
And what is it called? Just for my notes.
Blessing of the Blink Dog. It has 3 charges. You could do 3 things. Understand Sylvan. Advantage of perception check within for an hour. You said whatever. Like what is it?
One perception check that happens within the next hour, and it's a perception check of your choice.
Or teleport up to 40 feet.
How many feet I sneezed at the convenient part?
40.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
You all push further in, following behind Rune. And the landscape around you starts to change for the first time really since you've stepped out of the Shroud Wood. And the ground here starts to remind you more of the depths of Hither and Downfall than the fields of Spring, as the golden fields give way to a mud-caked field dotted with rocks and leafless trees, scratching their way up towards the sky. The stench of decay, both plant matter and otherwise, is heavy in the air. And it definitely seems a fitting place where one might find something called the Snark. As you all push ahead, anyone who would like to make a check to notice or observe anything around them, and if you want to make any check at all to do anything, just let me know what type of check you would like to make and what you would like to do. I saw Otto first, and then Melon.
Perception to pick up on the scent of this thing in general.
So perception from Otto. Melon?
survival for seeing if there's any type of a trail or any disturbances.
Make me a survival check. Kieren?
Can I ask for a group stealth check?
If you all are trying to move stealthily, then absolutely.
I think the second it starts turning into swampy land, we would.
Okay. This will be, unless you have a ability that makes that, or that makes this not true, because of the swampy nature of it, it will be at disadvantage for stealth checks. So everyone go ahead and make those. While you are making those, Otto, what did you get on yours? And then Melon.
23.
23 on perception.
21. And also, what if I already have disadvantage on stealth? Do I get
It doesn't
disadvantage?
It doesn't stack, luckily.
Oh, man.
Could you imagine that, though? Like, you have disadvantage twice, roll 3 d20s and take the very lowest.
Mobile makes it so if I'm using the dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cost me any extra movement. So would I be able to use mobile to negate the...
What that does is make it so that you don't get slowed down. It doesn't negate the fact that moving through water and mush is harder. So that will still be with disadvantage.
14.
But hold up on the stealth rolls. Otto, what's up?
I was trying to use the favorite enemy thing, and I didn't mean to say perception. I meant survival, so it's still 19, 20, 21. It's still 21.
21 survival. Got it. So
yes.
21 survival for Otto, and you also got 20 what, Melon?
21 on survival.
Both of you did. Okay.
I thought Otto got 23.
That was when calculating with perception, but for survival. So let's start with the two of you. You all notice several things. Otto, you are the first to notice this, and Melon, you notice shortly after. Half buried in the mud and muck of this place, there are carcasses of various creatures. Deer, warthog, bears. Large, deadly creatures have met their end here. And these corpses look rotten, bloated, some of them half-eaten. I'm going to give each of you the opportunity here really quick to, if you would want to investigate those corpses further, you can make a medicine check. You don't have to, but if you want.
I think Otto would have already been on Melon's shoulders just for this part of the thing, and he'll just look at Melon if he wants to do that.
No, I'm in hunt right now.
Okay.
So you keep... What's up?
Hey, guy.
Yeah?
Do you think that we could benefit from some, like, foreboding string music right now that I could quietly do?
I was gonna stop and turn around and like get up really close to Gromp. We're hunting an invisible monster. Ambiance music is great and all, but don't you fucking dare.
Yeah, I know, but just like, A, it's a morale thing, and B, it's also my weapon, so I would already have it ready.
Maybe for the fight, have it out, and then you can give us some sick tunes, the battle music that we're looking for. You know, I feel like there's something that, like, maybe in the far future will be called Final Fantasy VII, but you know what, I'm just spitballing here, who knows. Something like, would be from that. But right now when we're being stealthy, maybe not.
Okay, thanks, Kai. And Gromp's just gonna take 2 steps back and just chillin'.
On that note, what did everyone get on their disadvantaged stealth rolls? So let's just do it this way. This is going to be easier. Who here got above a 20?
With disadvantage, are you fucking
I don't
kidding?
know. Someone might. Who got below a 10? Gromp, Bodhi. And so between 10 and 20 would be Otto, Melon, Wraught, and Kieren. Okay.
I was hoping you were make 15 the cutoff because I got a 16.
Very nice. Very nice. So you all do make some noise as you're walking through here. It's water and slush and mud and snapping dry branches that you have to move out of the way or step on top of. Quick pause. Is Mav's screen frozen for anyone other than me?
Yes.
Yes.
So before proceeding, hey Ethan, when you're editing the podcast, go back like 10 seconds and cut there. Is Mav still here? Or is Mav actually full gone? Oh no.
Is Mav
Oh.
in the room with us now?
Come back to us, Mav. Well, in that case, while we are waiting for our friend to return, rather than us simply sit here bullshitting to fill dead air, let's go ahead and just take this opportunity. Quick 5-minute break. We'll get our friend back in here, and then we'll pick up right here. Hey, it wouldn't be a stream without a few of them.
Right.
So we will be back, friends. And we are all back just the same way that Mav was frozen for a while.
Snark got me. It was
Snark got you.
Straight up horror movie.
All right. As you all have been proceeding ahead and seeing these things, as you pass the first of these bloated corpses, as you pass one of the bears, Bodhi, you hear in your head, Master, I do not have a good feeling about this place.
And Bodhi is gonna reach his hand back. It's okay, buddy. Neither do I. Think you're right this time.
We should go back.
We can't. We gotta be brave.
If
Come on. And he keeps walking.
Melon, you start to, with Otto on your shoulders, smell. A smelly smell. A familiar smelly smell.
Probably a shitty smelling
A pretty
smell.
shitty smelling smelly smell.
But it smells fresh or old?
It smells fresher.
Pretty fresh shitty smell.
And you eventually find the steaming source of the shitty smelly smell. Quintuple alliteration right there. And it is indeed the sample, for lack of a better word, that the sheriff had provided was in a bucket. So it's not like it had been preserved in its original state. You weren't able to make any determinations about the size of the creature based off of the size of the leavings. Now you are. That's big.
I've seen some pretty big shit.
Oh, sure.
Is this pretty big, or is this just like big?
This is
Like
not...
a night after I've had tacos.
It's bigger than that.
Okay.
It's bigger than that, but it's not... It's not the most impressive sample you've probably ever seen in your entire existence.
What, like a horse shit size, maybe?
That's a fair comparison.
Okay.
How much shit you sniffing?
I didn't say I sniff. We've witnessed it. When they run in fear.
And
What?
as they are having this conversation, Otto, you are able to look around, and you see as Rune has stopped in place and is currently pointing with his nose towards a large partial imprint of a paw, it looks like. But it is multiple feet across. And you just hear the low rumbling growl from Rune.
we are close.
Do you think we could trap it or bait it somehow?
I do not know how, but if you have an idea, I will help. We are not such clever hunters.
We can fashion something out of rope, maybe ties for its feet. We know how big his feet are. Wraught can use prestidigitation to make like meat smells. We've seen a ton of carcasses along the way. Come on, guys! I'm like putting red threads on the wall here. Help me out.
Okay.
It wouldn't hurt to try to hunt something real. That'll carry further than my prestidigitation smell will.
I haven't seen a lot coming through here, and last time we tried to hunt an animal, the trees attacked us.
Meat pies.
That was one testy tree. Surely the rest will let us hunt something.
Melon, do you have a meat pie left in your pocket?
Oh, no,
I know
I
it's-
ate those.
I have a couple mushrooms. They're edible, though not technically considered meat. They do have a similar texture.
Will they make you high and confused?
No, they most certainly will. Actually, one will kill you, so
Oh.
not that one. So this one's good.
Bodhi, put a pin in that. You have some poison mushrooms. If we can hunt or find a carcass that we can poison with your mushrooms.
And put a trap around it.
Yeah, because we don't want to hurt any other innocent bystanders. That's called collateral damage, and that's bad for karma.
Right. Speaking of collateral damage, why don't you sit right down here and we're going to go find that collateral.
Oh, so do you want me to like grind up the mush? What do you want me to do here?
Yeah, you know what?
You
know,
can dry it,
you
preserve
know
it.
that poison you made for the king?
I don't know what you mean.
Cough, cough, of course. Make it worse.
Okay. Okay.
I had totally forgotten about that whole thing. That was amazing.
I didn't.
Okay, man. I got you. Cork, we got this. I got you.
I'm gonna stay with Bodhi.
You want to learn how to make a poultice?
Yes, I'd really love to know how to do that.
Okay.
Rune, we're gonna hunt something in order to bait out the snark. Would you come with us?
Gives just a sneeze, which, after a few times you've started to pick up on, it seems to be a type of a scent. A scent as in, like, yes, not a scent as in a smell. I just realized that those, especially given a sneeze, could very easily be mixed up. Not what I was going with, though.
Okay, great. So, Bodhi and Otto are going to make a potion. Make sure you guys are, like, hidden. Holy shit, like, hide. Gromp, what are you doing?
I've got this. And I pull out my hand harp.
I'm gonna take your hand harp.
Wait, he needs that though.
He doesn't. Do you really think he needs it right now?
For leisure?
For spells.
For emotional support, give him the
If he
harp.
needs to cast spells, he can hum quietly.
I can, but it's not as exciting for anyone.
I'll give it back when we're in combat. I don't trust you with it right now.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Everyone's got a favorite hand, man. I'm sorry about that.
I'm gonna take out a much, much, much smaller hand harp. Little itty bitty. Can I at least keep this one? It's a lot quieter.
Why would you tell her you had it? Just take that when she left.
It's the
I'm gonna
3-ounce travel size.
I'm gonna start walking forward stealthily, past Wraught if I can. Just looking like I'm doing something, but I'm really just walking in a line, preparing myself for what happens next.
All right. So, we have one group that is headed off to try to hunt something. So that group I will need me to make a survival check. We'll get back to that, though. For the survival check, the way to do it as a group is you can either have one person who can do it with advantage, or two of you can roll it. But we'll get back to
just rolled it.
We'll get back to that. Bodhi and Otto. Bodhi.
So anyway, so that's how that when you grind it down, you want to grind it extra fine so that the water can be absorbed with it naturally, so you can then. Yeah.
As you're
All right.
explaining this process, maybe it didn't quite click for you in the moment because there was just so much going on. Sometimes it takes your brain a second to quiet and process all the information. The poison that you created for King Gullop back in Downfall took you numerous hours. And that was for the slightly less powerful variation. For the effects of this particular mushroom to reach full potency for a humanoid-sized individual would take at least 8 hours to make.
As he starts, as he finishes grinding it up, and he places a cloth over the top of it to keep it safe, and he's gonna put it in his bag. Well, I did not think that through. Well, that's future there. Problem. Hey, my guy. Can you keep a secret? Just kidding. You don't have to. I accidentally realized that I can't help kill this guy with my mushroom because it's shy and needs time to earn its confidence.
Can't Melon, like, we get it ready and Melon just supercharge it like he did on the bridge?
I mean, maybe fuck yeah. I mean, we can tag team this shit, but I'll hand it to him and let him know not to touch it and or ingest it, and see what he does with it. That's a good idea, man. Thanks. I get all jumbled sometimes. I can't hear you, man.
Well, I said that's why we love you, Bodhi. That's why we love you.
There's a lot going on back here, and sometimes here too. So I just, and then all this bit. Yeah, fuck. I don't know how you guys do so functioning society shit. And he pats you on the head. Good for you, man. Having jobs and shit.
Just take it one day at a time. That's all you can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's gonna nook up and ask any and all questions that Otto will answer about his life, things he likes.
And as this starts, we cut back to the other group. What was the survival check, Melon?
Natural 20.
I'd like. Oh, what? I was about to say I'd give you advantage.
I don't
No,
need it.
already had advantage.
I didn't even need advantage.
Didn't
I
even
just
need
did
it.
Straight roll.
Nat 20. So what's the total?
25.
I have a question for you then as to regarding the hunting. Are you
Yes.
looking for something big or something small?
Something meaty.
Something meaty.
Something that you can sink your teeth into.
Well, after just about 5 minutes of sloshing through the waters and swampy muck, you see up ahead a huge lily pad. I mean, probably about 25 feet across. And not in dead center, but on that lily pad is a fairly big, as in about 9 feet across, or 9 feet from end to end, a huge toad that is sitting there. And as you begin to approach, it turns its head your direction, and you see on one of its large eyes a monocle. Oh, good day. I was not expecting any company. Please join me. Come on up. Please, there's plenty of room here. And, hops over to one side. Come, I'll balance this side so you can get on. Don't be shy. I see you there. Come on. Yes, you. And, oh. Is that a blink dog?
Can I
Kyle
sneak
jumped
back into
onto
the
the lily
forest?
Yeah, Kyle, jump onto the lily pad real quick.
Kai jumps onto the lily pad as Melon retreats back into the forest. Oh, did not mean to startle your friend there, chap. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Welcome to my humble abode. I apologize for not... Oh, hold on. And flying overhead, there is a about 2 foot long insect that he sends his tongue, pulls it back down, it cracks a little in his mouth, and he spits it onto the lily pad. I never have food for when guests come over. I wasn't prepared, but there you are. Feel free, make yourselves at home.
I appreciate the sentiments. My guilt complex may kill me otherwise, but that's neither here nor there. Have you seen any horrendous animals like very large bears or something nearby? Any large creatures you would like us to hunt?
Plenty. Oh, no, don't hunt anything on my account. Plenty of large creatures make this area their home. As you can see, I am quite a specimen amongst my fellow toads, I have been told.
I notice we've met many other toads in hither. You are indeed much larger, much more impressive than them. But again, have you seen any other large bears or something around?
bears, there are a few bears that make their home in these swamps. I try not to be in their business. They try not to be in mine, you understand.
Yeah, great.
Were you going to
Okay.
eat that?
All yours.
Oh, thank you. Simply famished, you see.
Reaches down.
Oh, the bouquet on this one. Oh, tell you. Excuse me, pardon me.
I'll leave you to your lunch.
Are
And
you
he's
sure?
gonna jump. Have a good one. He's gonna jump off the lily pad and sprint back into the forest after Melon, like, fucking damn it with the sentient creatures.
As Kieren goes running back into the forest, we just see the camera linger on this giant toad for a moment.
He seems nice.
Wraught?
No, I wasn't gonna kill him because you would cry. I'm not gonna kill him. You'd cry. Ooh, maybe I should just because you'd cry. I'd like to climb a tree, please.
Okay,
And
no problem.
I'm going to cast my mind about. Because as long as I can see it, whether it's a hint, a piece of fur, something through the foliage, anything, I'd like to see what my mind catches upon.
A few deer, birds, insects, toads. This area, despite its muck and murk, is teeming with life. Not all of it sentient. Well, not all of it capable of speech. I can't testify to its sentience.
I'll see the fattest deer my mind can fix upon.
I don't know why the image of a really fat deer at that was really funny
fat
to me at that
deer,
moment.
Ethan, like a bulbously fat, like so fat it has to roll instead of walk.
Okay. Okay. And so you are
Balloon-shaped deer.
so you are keeping your eye out for a deer. Okay.
And when I can get a fix on it, I'll break the connection mentally, just because I have to see it, even just a little bit. And then immediately send it to Kai and go there from my tree.
Got it.
And Kai will lead Rune and Melon to it.
And this happens exactly as you say. Wraught, you get a ping of this deer. You send the location out to Kieren. Kieren relays the information to Rune and Melon. All of this done in practiced mechanical fashion. And Melon, could you please describe how you and Rune team up and take down this deer? Muted.
It's probably utilizing its ability to blink, so what it starts off as is Rune blinks to one side of it to get full attention, where then they would start to run away in the opposite direction right into me when they turn their head around, because as Rune blinks in, I rush in.
As you've explained the plan to Rune, he immediately understands. You get in position, blinks to the other side of this deer. The deer's attention snaps over.
Wrong place, wrong time, friend.
And between the blink dog and the Leonin, this deer puts up a pretty decent chase, but is splashed down into the waters, its life cut short.
A good hunt. That was refreshing.
And we didn't even have to steal a frog's top hat to do it.
He should have had a top hat, shouldn't he?
No, he did. Don't worry.
It's
Don't
canon.
worry, Ethan. It's your world. You can retcon it. He had a top hat.
It's canon now.
As this happens, the deer taken down, the hunting party reforming. Bodhi and Otto. You've been sitting here for a minute. You've been able to look around. Could the two of you make me either perception or survival checks?
If it's to see that thing, I'm going to use... just in general?
19.
Which one?
Survival.
Survival.
Dirty 20. Perception.
Perception. Both of you notice. Bodhi, at first you think, no, I must be seeing something wrong. But once Otto sees it also, you understand. You spot more. It barely visible. But you're able to see a few more of those footprints. Pushing further off into the swamp from where you found the first. You can follow them. Both of you. You manage to pick up on the tracks well enough to see their pattern, understand the length of the stride, so know where to expect the next, and if that one's missing, where to look for the next.
Is that real?
Yep.
You wanna go?
I don't want to sit here for a minute. Just a bit. Be on your guard, though. And with that being said, because I feel like we're still linked, I'm going to reach out to Wraught and let her know, hey, I hope you're going well with the hunting, because I think it's here, and I think it's hungry.
We are not linked because I broke it to dictate the hunt.
You do not get a response.
Okay, well, Otto wouldn't know that. Otto just assumed you're always in his head. That security blanket's gone.
Sorry, my guy. I can only do one person at once.
Bodhi and Otto, do you do anything in this moment after you don't get a response?
We should go.
Yeah.
We should go where they went? Or should we go that way? No, we go that way. Let's go that way. Then he turns and goes the opposite way.
No, Bodhi, come here. This way. No, this way. Follow me. Slowly get up. Like you don't see it, but we know it's there. Okay.
So what we see right now, we see Otto and Bodhi notice this path of footprints. And we see them deliberately turn and walk away from it. And as we watch them disappear into the swamp, the camera turns just for a moment and follows the path just briefly. And it ends peering at this hole in the ground. A mouth leading into a subterranean cave covered in wet moss, where as the camera pulls closer, we can just barely hear the sound of breathing. And that's where we will pick up next session. Thank you all so much for being here for another chapter of the Wylde Beyond. Great session, y'all. It's been too long. I appreciate you all so much for playing this game, telling this story. Appreciate everyone in the chat. We're going to say our goodbyes now, but before we do, first of all, don't go anywhere so that we can raid someone. Second of all, want to let you know that we will be off next weekend, but we are working on finding a replacement time to stream because July and August are crazy for travel and conventions, but we're going to try to make it work. So keep your eyes open for the announcement. Follow, sub, that way you get notified when we post, when we go live, and all of that. But with that said, let's go around and say goodbye to everyone, starting with I'm going to try to go in reverse order. Morgan.
Bye.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you playing. Mav.
Hey, it's Matt, your favorite black guy on the internet. Having a great time. I played a lot of TTRPG stuff. So while you can find me here at Digital Clubhouse TV playing video games, but you can also find me here at Thousand Faces TTRPG playing, chucking some dice. And this Tuesday, matter of fact, I am guest starring in a 4-part miniseries for Identico here on Twitch, called Finding Solace. So it's a cyberpunk TTRPG. If you haven't been following when you see Ethan and Lolo play in it, I'm going to be a part of that world now. So I'm excited. I really am. I'm really trying to hide my excitement, but it's also my ADD's trying to kick in, and then this is going to kick in. I'm excited.
It'll be awesome. Please go check out Identico. Our friends there work really hard, and that's going to be an awesome 4-part miniseries. Sarah.
Bye, guys. You can't really find me online. I don't really do anything right now. Everything else I post would be going on usually Joe's websites. But I'm here. I'm alive. Have a good one.
Speaking of, Joe, thank you for playing, buddy.
Hi guys, I am working on some new dice for the new companion characters for the upcoming Dragon Age Veilguard, if that's what you're interested in. I'm just having a lot of trouble with Emmerich. So if you love that and you love clickety-clackities, check me out sometime in the next month.
Definitely.
Back to you.
Definitely do that. Devon.
Have a good one, guys. Do something good for yourself. Be nice to yourself. Drink some water. Go take a shower.
That too. Yeah. I mean, do that.
I've been doing really, really cold for the last 3 seconds of the shower.
That is.
I think it's helping my health. So
it is a good move. And Lauren.
Everywhere, nowhere, all the places. Thousand Faces Cosplay, gonna be at a convention this coming weekend. And then other shenaniganry shall ensue, more TTRPGs, and Ethan's gonna give you the rest of the details on all of those sweet and spicy treats. Thank you.
That's my job as the half of Thousand Faces cosplay who doesn't have ADHD, is to go through all these things. We will be at EtchyCon Etchy Expo in Denver. That's the convention Lauren mentioned. That'll be next weekend. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, all that, Thousand Faces Cosplay, or The Buff DM on TikTok and other places. You can listen to, and Free Square on the bingo card. That's a flex. That counts as a flex. You can listen to past episodes on Go Buff Yourself anywhere you get your podcast. I think it's pretty good. You should listen to it. All these people work really hard to make it possible. But that is all from us. We are going to raid after we go to the end screen, so don't go anywhere before then. And until we see you next time, be good to yourself, do something good for yourself, and stay wild, friends. See you next time.
Bye. We love you.